Welcome to another video with Heart and Hustle Printing. Today I'm going to be working on these shirts right here. If you remember my last video, I told you I was charging $18 a shirt for those. I'm going to show you the website where they were charging more and the difference of the price. I'm going to show you the logo, the image that I'm going to be cutting, front, the back, and the flag for the side. I'm going to show you those things and how I change them from a JPEG to a vector. So let's go ahead and get that started. Here, these are the shirts I'm going to be doing. Remember I showed y'all in the last video, this is the front, this is the back, and then the side. I'm doing it in black vinyl, not white vinyl the way they have it on here. It's just the website that I put it on, put it in white. So here it is, one color front, one color in the back. It came out to $27.16 each. Standard delivery, 30% discount. They gave me that. Free shipping, so it came out to $81.48. But each shirt was going to cost $27.16, and I'm only charging the people that I'm doing them for $18 each one. So let's go ahead and pull up LXI. I'm going to pull up the folder that I have where I'm working on, the one that I'm going to be working on. Here's what I'm working on. So let's see, I have Adobe Illustrator. So here's the sword that I use. Let me pull it. Alright, so here's the logo that I'm gonna be making right here. This is gonna go in the back. Standard text. I just went through the text that I had. Found the text, the font that they wanted. I just messed with a bunch of different ones and finally came up with the ones that they liked, so we went with that. If you're wondering the font that I used, this one is Amazing Kids, and this one is Jersey M54. Amazing Kids. Here's Amazing Kids. Right here, I'll show you how I did the sword. Here's the patch, and then the bomb. So here's the sword. So drop it into Adobe Illustrator. Once I have it in Illustrator, go ahead and hit image trace. It traces it. Hit this little box right here, the image trace panel. I always hit ignore white, and then from there, if you want to change it up a little bit, you can mess with these settings here till you get it the way that you want it. I got it the way I wanted it, so I'm not going to mess with it. So that's how I did that one. Oh yeah, and don't forget to save it when you save it. So here is the other one that I did, the patch here. Drop it into Illustrator. Resize it so I can see it. Okay, I got it where I wanted it. Then when you have it where you want it, just hit image trace. Hit image trace. It's going to trace it for you. And again, as you can see, there's some spots here that are real thin. Hit this image trace panel again. You can mess with the threshold and thicken it up till you get it to where you want it. Once you get it to where you want it, you can do the corners if you want them more round. You want to make them more crisp, more sharper. You just mess with it till you get it, like I said, mess with it till you get it the way you want it. Hit file up here, save as. Don't forget to save this, change this save type to the SVG right here, so that you're able to cut it with the cutter. Okay, so I already have them all saved. Here they are. Same thing with the here is the ribbon that I used. Same thing with the ribbon. Just drop the ribbon in there, image trace it, save it as an SVG, and you'll be good. All right. Then here's what I'm putting on the front. That's going on the front of the shirt, and then of course the flag is going on the side. Alright, so I have a couple flags here that I was showing in my last video that I've already cut. And just save up some dead space, because you know there's always like little gaps in the picture, so I always try to fit stuff in there to save vinyl. So I'm gonna do that with this. I'm gonna drop some flags in there. Drop a couple flags. All you gotta do is grab it, bring it down and drop it. Click it, double click the corners, you can rotate it. And we'll just drop it right there. Control C for copy, Control V for paste. For Windows, and you can put it there, drop it right there. So we got 2 of those in there. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cut my vinyl. This is the vinyl that I bought, Thermoflex Plus. That's what I'm gonna be using for all these shirts. I ordered a 15 by 20 inch roll. I'm gonna cut them into 12-inch pieces, a little over 12 inches, so that I'm not having to worry about the whole roll being pulled. So I'm gonna start on that. I'm gonna cut this up, and then we'll start cutting this with the cutter, right? Alright, so I bought this here, this mat thing here, so I'm gonna just roll this out, cut 12 inches off each one, put it on one corner here, go to the 12, and then I'm gonna cut from the 12 down here to the 12 up here. Cut a couple of these, we get started. Alright, so here's the ones that I cut, ready to go. Alright, so let's go ahead and get ready to send these over to the cutter. Alright, so I'm going to put it on the Cricut mat. Remember, like I told you in the last video, you always want your shiny side up. See the shiny side, see the dull side, make sure it goes up. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and feed this into the cutter right here. Remember, don't ever put anything, don't put your rollers right here above this and try to cut, because you're going to mess it up. Alright, it gives you a caution there. It says no pressing here. Once you get it set, go ahead and stick it in where you want it. Once you get it set where you want it, cut it down. I always make sure that it's going to go all the way across, and it's going to stick, and it's going to hit the vinyl all the way across. So good there. My 00 mark, hit OK. It's ready to cut. I'm going to 125 and the pressure is 220. I'm going to hit send over here. So I hit the cutter up here like always, you know what I mean? Wait for all this to pop up, close it. Now remember, this is vinyl, it's not a sticker. So we got to make sure that everything here is backwards. Everything is backwards. Alright, we're good to go. I'm not going to add a weed border because this is a 12 by 12 piece. I got a 15 by 12 in there, so I'm just going to leave it as is. So let's go ahead and start cutting. first one done. You can see it. I'm gonna weed it. Got some space up here, right here on the top. So what I usually do is I save it. Save that extra vinyl right there. Put it away. Save it for another video. Save it for another. I mean, I could put 3 more flags up there, whatever I need to do. So let's go ahead and start weeding this and see how it looks when we get it all taken apart. So here's one of them. Here's how the back's gonna look, and then the flag, and then I gotta do the front. So let me get started with the rest of these, and then we'll be back. So what I'm gonna do before I get started pressing these down, I'm gonna just double check, make sure that there's nothing inside of these flags that doesn't belong there. And that's the good thing about this light that I got. You can make sure you didn't leave anything out, like this one. One right there. Okay, so we finally got everything weeded. Here's here's the back of the shirt right here of all of them that are going to be weeded together. Doesn't matter, they're stuck together. As long as you don't stick the sticky side to the sticky side, you're good. All right, so here's that. Here's the flags, and here's the crest that's going to go in the front. Let's gonna go on the side. So here's my template that I went off of, the flag that we use with the Velcro. I try to get the same size flag. So I just basically just measured it, came out with the measurements for it. Here's all that. All that is complete. This took forever to weed. You know, these take forever to weed because of all the little stars. But this, it's not a lot of detail, but it's enough detail to take forever. I think I did 13 of them. So I'm gonna set all of this to the side. I'm gonna turn on my heat press so we can get ready to start pressing these shirts. Well, that's warming up. I had a comment on YouTube from one of my subscribers saying that she had ordered a file and it wasn't working for her. So she did the right thing. She emailed them. They sent her a new copy. I was trying to get to it to fix it for her, but I was just so busy with all of this stuff. Here's what they said. They said they had bought an SVG file and the file was all jumbled up. I asked them to email it to me. She emailed it to me. I told her I'd get back to her ASAP, but I was working on this stuff, so I didn't get back to her in time. She did, like I said, she did the right thing. She emailed them. If you pay for it and it doesn't work, you should let them know, and then they should send you another file. So let's go ahead and open this up. So I'm going to save it to my desktop. Now, if I drop it into LXI, you're going to see, let's see how it looks when I drop it into LXI. And here's what I'm getting also. If I go to the cut tool, if I take it away to show what it's going to cut, it is all jumbled up. I don't know what it's supposed to be. Let's go ahead and get rid of this. I don't want to save it. And then I'm going to drop it into Adobe Illustrator, see if it shows me anything there. In Adobe Illustrator, it is working. So if it's working here and it's not working over there, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to resave it as an SVG. Save it as. It's probably going to tell me, yeah, that it already exists. I'm just going to replace it. And then I'm going to try again. Drop it into LXI. So it's giving me, here it is right here now. It's giving me this little red box down here on the bottom. I don't know why. It's probably with however they made the file. I don't know what they did. So all you gotta do is just come here, highlight the whole thing, arrange, group, ungroup all. Alright. So then when you come down here to this, delete it, highlight the whole thing or put a box around it. Save the whole thing, then make it big. However big you are going to try to make it. Alright, so that's what I came up with. So that was the problem that I saw with it. Just needed to be re-vectorized for her. That's the problem that I saw with it. So if you watch the video and this is your file, that's how I got it to fix. Alright. Alright, so I got my temperature up, 168. Should go down to about 166. Mine reads Celsius, so it's about 330, 335. I'm gonna preheat. Preheat this so we can get it even heat whenever I go to press. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to be pressing the flags. First thing I'm going to do is start pressing these flags, and I'm going to show you how I do that. Alright, so when I press the flags in there, I like to grab the shirt from the seam up here. Right here, this seam. And then just hold the shirt out so that I can make a crease right here. Put the shirt on there. And I'm just going to give it like a quick press real quick. Real quick. Now I got my Now I got a center line that I can go off of right here. Just a little tiny center line that I can go off of. I cut this out so I can use for my flags. And we're going to start pressing them. I'm going to show you how I do probably one or two. Then I'll just speed through it. Before you press, give it one more look. Make sure you don't have anything in there that you don't want. I know I've already looked at it through the light, but you never know. Something could have got in there while I was moving it around. Alright, so just give one more look. Put it where you want. Cover it with Teflon paper. Give it a full press. About 60 pounds of pressure. Yeah, that was right. This is a hot pill, so you can peel it while it's hot. If you can touch it. Alright, so there's how it came out. First one. First flag is done. Thermoflex Plus. I like using it because a lot of them say don't wash it, don't dry it. I usually wash, and my wife usually washes and dries them, and I never have a problem with them. Alright, so I'm going to continue on with the rest of these shirts, doing the red, doing the flags on them. So so I got all the flags complete. There's the flag. The other ones are done. So now I'm going to start on the crest that goes in the front, which is going to be this piece right here. I'm going to start on this because it's going to go in the front. I'm going to show you how I do that, right? You're going to lay the shirt out where you... Alright, so once you get your shirt on there, you're going to give it a quick press for 3 to 5 seconds. Alright, once you get it pressed, remember you press it to take the moisture out of it so that it's already hot. And I'm going to use my logo it. Alright, this is what I'm going to use. So this says the center of the appeal right here. So what I usually do is I get this and I put it up here where the tag is at. Stick it around right there. Then I'll... So one way I like to set this up is once I have this here, like I just said, is this piece right here. I like to, because it's a chest piece, so you want it to be over the chest or over the heart. So what I usually do is I come up here to this, and I bring it straight down. I'm gonna usually go like the 2-inch mark right here, and then I'm gonna center it off your shoulder, because your shoulder is usually right over your heart or right over your chest. And so I'll usually put it around right there. Just remember, center it from here to here. Everybody has their own ways. That's just the way I do it. So I'm gonna go with the 5-inch here and the 2-inch here, and that's where I'm gonna put every single one. All right, so let's get pressing on these. Once I got it in place how I want it, move this out the way. checking for it to be straight, make sure it's not crooked. So I'm just gonna give it a quick tweak. That's how I want it. This thing has like a bunch of little dots inside of it. Just want to make sure those things are lined up. You don't want to press it and it looks all jacked up like that. So I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna come in here, fix them up. Got that where I want it. Again, center of the shirt. The collar up here, I usually go off this collar, like I said, come straight down, so that's right over your chest or your heart. 2-inch mark, 5-inch. Move this out the way. Hold it down while you move it. Now we're gonna give it the full 15-second press. I don't have to worry about the flag because the flag is out of the way. Once that's done, it's hot peel again. Same material. This one has detail in it too, so as you're peeling it, just make sure everything did properly stick on there. So as you see, one of the circles came off. So it's just, I probably put it back on there backwards, so what I'm gonna do is take it. Got those pieces on, I'm just gonna give it another press for 15 seconds. Get those pieces on there. Whenever I was weeding those little pieces, a lot of them would come off. I had to stick them back on there. So I wasn't sure if I was putting them on there the right way. And that was one of them that I had put them back on there wrong. Now they're on there. And they're good to go. So here's the first one. This is the piece that came off right here, this piece, and one of these little dots right here. It was just backwards. I just flipped it around, repressed it, and it's good to go now. So there's the front. Alright, so all the fronts are done. Front is done. Flags are done. All these. So now I'm going to start on the back. Start on these right here. And I'm going to show you how I do those. Let's set that up. When I have already pressed the front of the shirt, since I pressed this, now I'm going to press the back. I'm going to press this on the back. What I want to do is I want to avoid reheating the front. So what I use is a pad like this. I put it inside the shirt to eliminate not all the heat, but some of the heat, so that it doesn't reheat it and heat the adhesive back up and come apart. Alright, so I'll show you how I do that. So what I do is I just get the shirt. Alright, once I got it in there, the logo that I'm putting on there stays within inside this pad, so that's good. If it didn't, I would have to switch the pad the long way so that the whole thing would stay in there and get even pressure. Now I got the whole piece on there. What I'm gonna do, I don't need this anymore. I don't need this. This is just for the front. So I'm gonna put that away. Now I'm gonna use my T-square that I have to make sure I get it all centered up. So we can take it off. I usually bring it up to this top arrow up here. Bring it to the top arrow. All right, and what I usually do is once I find these two seams right here, I look at my numbers that I got here on the edge. So I got 9 over here, 9.5, so I'm gonna move it over a little bit. So right here, I'm in the middle. I got about 9.25, about 9.25 here. So with that being said, that's where I find the middle of the shirt to be. Then depending on how far I want to come down, if you're doing a sweater, you want to come lower because with the hoodie down, you don't want to cover the logo. But this is just a shirt, so I'll come about 3 inches down from the top. To find the middle of your logo, you can always grab this, put your letters together and put a crease, or like this right here. This will be the middle, so I can get this patch folded in half, line it up, give it a quick crease right there, so then I know where the middle of my logo is. Center it. Once you got it where you want it, hold it, remove your T-square, and you're ready to press it. Same thing, once you've preheated your shirt, you can go, then you get ready for this, cover it, and we're gonna give it a full 15-second press, right? Once you're done, it's a hot peel. Should peel right off. One thing I had to do was I had to adjust the knob here because with this padding here, it lifted it about maybe 1/8 of an inch, but that makes a big deal when you're going to try to press it and you can't close it. We adjusted it and was able to apply the pressure that I needed. So there's the first one. I'm gonna go ahead and continue on to the rest of them. Alright, so I finally finished all the shirts. Y'all saw the process of how I did my shirts this time. It was a lot of mess, a lot of weeding. I'm all weeded out. I had my wife help me on some of the stuff because it was just a lot of stuff. Started this video last night and then this morning continued it. Finished pressing these shirts. That's all I had left was just to press the shirts this morning. I didn't want to stay up too late last night and do that. So we got the weeding done, got all of them complete. Did the process of how I do how I heat press the flag, how I did the front, how I did the back. So I thank you for watching, and for all the new subscribers that have subscribed, welcome to my channel. And until next time, this is Heart and Hustle Printing. Peace out.